Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive in into today's video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where a lot of people are reacting to the fact that Candace Owens was actually banned from going to Australia because of all of the things that she has been, saying and blabbing about on the social platforms. And I was just able to put up some stitches of the people reacting to this. I'm just going to roll it. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
So Candace Owens just got banned from entering Australia and got her Australian visa application rejected ahead of a planned national speaking tour in Australia this November. This is because, according to the immigration minister, Tony Burke, Owens has the capacity to incite discord in almost every direction ahead of the planned November speaking tour. He went on to say that Australia's national interest is best served when Candace Owens is somewhere else. Now, for context, this is what Candace Owens had to say about the Australian people in 2021.
Deploy troops to Australia. When do we invade Australia and free and oppress people who are suffering under a totalitarian regime? When do we spend trillions of dollars to spread democracy in Australia? Australia currently, make no mistake, is a tyrannical police state. Its citizens are quite literally being imprisoned against their will. So when do we deploy?
Yeah, so apparently she was suggesting that Australia be invaded. Candace has scheduled a 5-day speaking tour of Australia in November, with tickets ranging from $95 for general admission, $295 for a VIP meet and greet, and $1,500 for a private dinner with Candace Owens. Let's hope she got a good refund policy. So Candace Owens, the far-right pro-Trump commentator, has just been banned from entering Australia and has had her visa taken away due to her latest controversial and highly offensive remarks that she has made repeatedly on her social media platforms. Here's what Tony Burke, the immigration minister of Australia, told the Sydney Morning Herald as to why Candace Owens can no longer travel to Australia, even though she has an upcoming tour in Australia. And it reads, quote, Candace Owens has the capacity to incite discord in almost every direction, ... Australia's national interest is best served when Candace Owens is somewhere else. And then he goes on to comment about how Candace Owens better have a good refund policy for her tours, writing, quote, tickets to these events are selling for $100. I hope she has a good refunds policy, end quote. So there you have it. Candace Owens can no longer travel to Australia due to the lies that she has been spreading and amplifying on all of her social media platforms. Kudos to Australia. That's the correct decision.
Australia has just banned Candace Owens from entering the country, and here's why the consequence of your action has long-term effects in regards to how you enter certain countries. Specifically, if you vested your whole body and platform speaking down on marginalized communities and pushing hateful rhetorics that itself incites hatred towards a group of people, Australia as a country has every right to refuse someone that might use specific languages and speech to incite hateful rhetorics against other people. Candace Owens is famously known for views around how she completely dismissed the experience of marginalized communities, and she's not only once but countless of times homophobic, racist, Islamophobic, anti-Semitic, you name it. And there's so many people that support what she says. Because what's important to note is Australia has strict rules in regards to denying people, specifically that comes from certain countries that have had history of inciting hatred and specific narrative against marginalized communities. And it's important to note that Australia has the power to refuse entry from specific people if they feel that these people are going to come into the country and participating in further dividing the country and inciting more hatred and hateful rhetoric. Should countries restrict entry based on someone's views? And where's the line between free speech and protecting the community from harm? And I think that is the real question in regards to if Candace Owens was banned, why was she banned, and is her ban something that is warranted for?
As of an hour ago, The Guardian is reporting that Australia rejects visa application by right-wing U.S. pundit Candace, meaning Candace Owens, backed up by the Jerusalem Post. Jerusalem. That's the side that she's supposed to be on. Australia bans Candace Owens from entering country due to anti-Semitism. So Israel, Jerusalem Post, is communicating to their people that Candace Owens is anti-Semitic. SBS Australia, since it's happening in Australia, we should get some news from Australia. Candace Owens banned from visiting Australia for a speaking tour. People are tired of the lies. And there are people in certain governments that's like, yeah, you're not going to come over here and tell the lies and dumb our people down the way y'all do in America. Not happening. And I applaud those countries. Just like there's certain foods that we're sold here in America that are banned in other countries. Other countries are not on what America's on. I know we in America, we think we're it. We're the country. We set the standards. Nah. Not anymore. And it's our own fault because we fall for Donald Trump even being a candidate right now. That shows that we should not, as a country, be leading the world.
Has now put her application. See, I knew at some point the message that she was trying to push, the conservative message that she was trying to push, was going to backfire. Candace Owens has had her visa application revoked by the Prime Minister of Australia. So she will not be conducting her events, her speaking engagements in Australia, because Prime Minister Tony Burke has said no, he's rejected her application. Not only that, New Zealand has now put her application on hold because of the same thing. So those two countries are saying no, we don't want your divisive messages coming over here. See, what the U.S. tolerates as free speech, other countries are saying no, we're good over here. We don't want your message to divide our people. U.S., take notes and get a clue.
Here's an interesting one. Conservative talking head Candace Owens has been banned from entering the nation of Australia. Now, she has an upcoming fairly lucrative tour, multi-city tour in the nation of Australia, but unfortunately for her, she has now been banned upon entry. The Minister of Immigration cited Australia's national interest is best served when Candace Owens is somewhere else. Now, they brought up some anti-Semitic comments she made and also said she has the capacity to incite discord. I believe some of her opinions on January 6th and the 2020 election is part of their reasoning as well. But what do you guys think? Candace Owens, Australia says no. What say you?
So the Labour Immigration Minister, Tony Burke, a massive lefty, has just cancelled Candace Owens' visa. So her speaking tour of Australia is cancelled. On what grounds? Because according to Tony Burke, she poses a threat to Jews and Muslims in Australia. She has never once incited any violence. Who were the people in Australia chanting, "Where's the Jews? Gas the Jews, F the Jews, destroy Israel," teaching children to chant Intifada at Sydney University? Were they Candace Owens fans? Of course they weren't. They were radical lefties and extremist Muslims. Candace Owens fans pose no threat to Jews whatsoever. And as for her tour being a threat to Muslims. This basically means that anyone who criticizes Islamic immigration or Islam as a religion is no longer able to come into Australia. That's it. And so you have to ask yourself, how long is it going to be until criticism of Islam and criticism of Islamic immigration itself becomes criminalized in Australia? Australia is rapidly becoming a leftist totalitarian state where the only speech permitted is that which is authorized by politicians and technocrats. This didn't begin with COVID, but this went into hyperspeed with COVID, with the weaponization of the term misinformation, which was even used during the voice debate. You had people during the voice debate in Australia wanting to shut down opponents of the voice, like me, because we were allegedly saying misinformation, even though all the misinformation that was out there was coming from the advocates of the voice, those who said that the voice has nothing to do with the treaty. That was a lie. Those who said 80% of Indigenous Australians support the voice. That was a lie. Australians need to be rallying in favour of freedom of speech, and we need to hold every government account that starts weaponising the notion of misinformation. And first and foremost, we need to get this decision by the Labor Party overturned to allow Candace Owens to come into Australia. I don't agree with everything Candace Owens says. I really don't. But she absolutely should not be barred from coming into Australia to speak to Australians.
Candace Owens just got cancelled in Australia. She's banned from traveling and visiting Australia. Her tour dates canceled. I hope they have a good refund policy. That's what you get for running your mouth. Candace.
To spread democracy in Australia. Australia currently, make no mistake, is a tyrannical police state. Its citizens are quite literally being imprisoned against their will. So when do we deploy? When do we deploy troops to Australia? When do we invade Australia and free an oppressed people who are suffering under a totalitarian regime? When do we spend trillions of dollars to spread democracy in Australia? Australia currently, make no mistake, is a tyrannical police state. Its citizens are quite literally being imprisoned against their will. So when do we deploy?
It was actually said that, Candace Owens has this tour, this speech tour, which she probably have one in Australia and in Austria. And the government, the immigration, official decided to bound her. They do not want her to be there. They don't want her to come and give speech and trying to create a kind of division to the people of Australia. And people are just reacting to it. And the thing is that I saw some clip of my For You page, which I wanted to put up here, but I was just able to put up some of the, comment of the clip, the clip came with a lot of music and all of that, so I don't want to put that here, but I was able to put some of the comments. That is the comment you guys are saying. The thing is that in that clip she was saying something about people in Australia being held hostage, and they were held hostage against their will, and they need to send troops there. They need to call a state of emergency. She was just saying things, and people were like, they are in Australia and they do not want, someone to come and put up flames where there is none. But I decided to check and to see when she actually posted something like that, to check if this year or last year, and I came to realize that she actually made such, commentaries and posts during the time of COVID. She made a statement of them not allowing these people to move out from their homes, and trying to that there is a need for them to send troops and to actually have something like an emergency, like a state of emergency and all of that. And people were like, they
are okay where they are. They are fine. They do not want the energy from the likes of Candace. And this actually, got me thinking. Sometimes we to say things like we keep on saying things, keep on. Sometimes we even say things that hurt our own self. That are, but without realizing that there is a day for repercussion. You might be doing something, which you feel that is right, and you might even end up hurting some people's feelings, or even hurting your own. But you want to know that if even if you don't see such repercussion, like first, it might have a very big effect on you in future. Now, people are going around digging her her COVID-19 videos of the statements she made, concerning Australian people. And now people are using it against her. And she never ever thought that a day like that will come where, Almighty Candace will be banned from entering a particular country, or because of what she spews out. I could remember vividly well about some of the things she said to people that looks like, me, and she tried to be in this side and try to be in the other side. She reminds me of, sometimes, not all the time, because the way she does good, I still give her kudos. She reminds me of this, is it Rose? That I put up her video yesterday that talked about Beyonce trying to steal her speech. She remind me a little bit of her. If you don't really know where you belong, you get yourself mixed up with something, even if sometimes you see truth, but because of the people you are with, or because of the people you got yourself involved with, you just want to do something to please them. I could vividly remember her controversy with that of, when she said Christ or Jesus is king, that got her out from where she was working, and she actually lost that job, all because for the very first time she stood up for the truth, trying to talk about what is happening in East and in Paul and all of that, trying to okay, this is not nice, for the very first time. And because of she decided to stand up for that truth, that cost her job. But before, when she's all around against her own people, or people that looks like her, the said company that she was working with was all over her, cheering her up, trying, encouraging her to do more, trying to use her as a bit of, okay, we are working with your own, so she understands what we are talking about. You guys are the reason why you are being treated the way you are being treated. Then she was all lovey in that said company that she was working, until when she made a statement concerning what is happening in Pau. That was when, then I remember that, okay, you are not one of us. You can never be one of us. This is one thing about the other side. This is one thing. So far, you are always dancing to their tunes. They will always want to protect you. They're not even protect you. They're not protecting you because they love you or because you're one of their own. They're protecting you because they want to use you as a shield. They want to okay, let's use her. Let's push her to do this. And this is something that some POC are also doing to people that looks like me. But when immediately you remember that, I am these people, I just want to say the truth for the very first time. I want to just spit the facts. They feel so, okay, she is not longer available for us to use as a tool. She is a very intelligent woman. Candace, I like listening to what she says, but sometimes I do not agree to what some of the things that she says. which is very normal for a human being. You must not really agree to everything that humans say. You just have to pick the ones that you feel that is okay for you and leave the ones that you don't agree with. I think this is just the world that we live in. Anyway, lovelies, when I saw this video and the way at which people are reacting to it, I decided to just put it up here for us to know that our Candace is being banned from entering Australia. Anyway, leave me your own thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.
Estelle, why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational purposes, so please share this video, subscribe if you're yet to do that, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.